information, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's the flavor of our culture. Come from here, come from there, and everywhere. It's the special flavor that's bitter savor at the Royal Castle. Welcome the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. Taste the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
Having to lose someone you love is already hard, so funeral services and arrangements should be made easy. And at David Guide & Son, that is what we guarantee. We guarantee our customers exclusive services at affordable prices. Our services include funeral pre-arrangement packages, casket customization, great customer service, and the latest in body preparation technology, and the best fleet of vehicles to give your loved ones the send-off they deserve. With 4 convenient locations, feel free to call us or visit us at Port of Spain, 623-4906, Couva, 636-2435, San Fernando, 610-5062, and Point Fortin, 610-9200. With full funeral packages starting from as low as $7,500, call David Guide & Son Funeral Services today. David Guide & Son Funeral Services. Distinctive, not expensive.
Shiny and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fried bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and dumpling. From 6 p.m. have dinner on the pavement a la carte with burgers, fried nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh Ji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Some call it a meal, some call it a snack. KFC Munch Pack. Hungry, yeah, we deal with that. KFC Munch Pack. Munch Pack, after work or lunchtime. Munch Pack, tasty gold and divine. Munch Pack, KFC, you could find this deal that's one of a kind. KFC Munch Pack, yeah, we love that. Gold and goodness to go. KFC Munch Pack, yeah, we love that. This deal is for you, yeah.
Hungry for deals? Enjoy a KFC Munch Pack with 1 piece of delicious chicken and 1 regular side for only $21.95. Only from KFC.
Eastern Credit Union's here to say Wally and Christmas light the way. Gift of light shining not so bright to make your holidays just right. Oh yeah. For mortgage, home equity to new and used vehicles just for you. Hybrid electric choices grand. With ECU you're in good hands. Georgie bundle and special treats make the festive season complete. Existing members come and see. A grand and shares you could drive free.
Eastern Credit Union's Gift of Life promotion is here. Borrow up to 10 times your share balance and get the chance to win over $100,000 in fortnightly and grand prizes. Visit our website at ecunewexperience.com or contact us at 800-4328. This promotion ends on December 29th and is approved by the NLCB. Eastern Credit Union, leading the way.
This season is auspicious, KFC so delicious, a deal that celebrates us. Diwali delight, KFC. Diwali delight, packed with veggies and it tastes so right. KFC. Diwali delight, it's a taste that unites. Together we light up the world.
Your taste buds will be delighted this Diwali season. Bite into the Diwali Delight offers from KFC. Enjoy our veggie sandwich for $29.95. Shubh Diwali from KFC.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrochin.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrochin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I was going to the Oval one evening and I stopped as it was drizzling and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which wasn't my favorite station, but it was on in the vehicle I was in, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves called the Ground Report. You all remember that? In that report, it was the nastiest, dirty. As a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago, election or no election? And it was all about me and my father and my mother and this, and I had raped this and I had done that, and the Ground Report. They want to know what the plan is? The plan is to put an end to this. A code, a mafiosi code. We keep each other's secret. It's only when you break rank, you go there and expose us, and for that, we're going to kill you politically. It's the code of the Cosa Nostra. As long as we stay together, we will survive together. And we agree not to breach the code of secrecy.
Next time you're talking with someone who doesn't think it's a problem that more and more of the nation's wealth and income are going to the top.
You have to find a way that you encourage the rich to get richer, because in getting richer, they create opportunities for the poor.
Mention these 7 economic fundamentals. Number 1, workers are consumers. Number 2, consumer spending accounts for 70% of all economic activity in the United States. Number 3, people at the top spend a much smaller portion of their incomes than people in the middle class and below. Number 4, so when most of the economic gains go to the top, there's not enough purchasing power to keep the economy moving. Number 5, which means that in order to have sufficient demand for goods and services, a larger share of total income has to go to the middle class and the poor. Number 6, which requires a higher minimum wage, a bigger earned income tax credit, lower taxes on the middle class and the poor, financed by higher taxes on the wealthy, and stronger unions capable of negotiating higher wages. 7, these don't hurt the wealthy. It's not a zero-sum game. In fact, the wealthy will do better with a smaller share of a rapidly growing economy than they're doing now with a large share of an economy that's barely growing at all. These are the 7 economic fundamentals.
I must stop you here. I was trying to follow you, but you're losing me.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrochin.
The Ground Report. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you.
Sing!
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you.
Oh boy, sing!
Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
Give them this verse. Give them this verse. Let me hear it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm feeling it.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us?
Sing!
If God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if
Sing!
us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's about 29 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the pitbull of radio, Lennox Smith, Michael Kerr, Director Cuff, and you the people out there in your thousands of you out there. A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Mr. Pleasant good morning to all maxi taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers, panel van, all transportation that allow us the opportunity to be in your vehicles on a morning between the hours of 6 and 9 a.m. But I know you always continue with Robert Amaro. Yeah, and many only like Mr. X. I don't like to get there. Remember, I like to just focus on the real issue. And we real issues really and truly the Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and the government. Them have the pen, them have the money, and if they have the will, the courage, the way, and wanting to, oh boy, hospitals could be in order. Look, they're going to organize and say, no, master workers, we told you so. But sometimes you must shake in a kind of little direction, you know. I kind of ain't like Mr. X a little bit, you know. But not a mean friendship. The boy is a very nice fella. Very, very nice. It's one of the, I'm telling you, mistakes when you all do meet him. Douglas fella with a very nice smile, everything. You know, very, very, very nice fella. When you see him and all, you might think is probably the Stark and Gandhi. Like, oh, let's think, well, when you see the pitbull, a big and rah, like a zombie kind of scenes now. And then when you see the pitbull in real, it's just a normal, cool, young fella. I'm just fighting for you all. Make up my mind with everything in me not to go down the road of the vanity, whereby people, the money and the politicians always taking like, yeah, they just get caught up, you know, the drinking the Johnny Walker Blue all the time. You're drinking damn Star, you're drinking a Johnny Walker Blue. Give me a Richard Hennessy. What the hell is this, boy? Yeah. I not gonna get caught up there at all. And the people that walk with me, talk with me, move with me, support me, that we call the engine. That's it. That we call the base. That we call it. That you had to hold on to that like glue. If that start to get ripple up, and the whole house go fall. But I smart enough to know that. Yes, I hope the rest of politicians learn, you know, because I learn from all you. All your mistakes, I learn from it. I know the do's, the don'ts. I know what not to do, and I know what I have to do. So going back before I give you all that story there, which was good one time. So Mr. X is a nice fella, very, very nice fella. But I just can't understand the talk show part of him now. No, personally, the man is a nice fella thing, but the talk show part of him is a kind of mixed signal kind of scenes. I find sometimes he's singing like but the man singing sometimes like Pep. Yeah, he's singing like Pep, P.E.P. Philip Alexander them. This government is good. This government is good. But nobody else is the answer but them. The opposition, you're hitting on the opposition. You're hitting on the opposition. When the real focus at this point in time, you're right to it have things they made that any human being will have to organize. I and all this pull up on your position and thing. in certain ways based on what they are thinking. But when you're pulling up on them for issues such them can't do nothing. With the education system, the opposition can't do nothing. The bad roads, they can't do nothing. The crime situation, they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. They are in opposition. Yes, they are part of the government. But guess what? Abracadabra, wake up, smell the coffee. They can't do what? Not one goddamn thing in opposition. You see it? They have a witch in parliament, they have a speaker. Bridget Anisette George, however. I ain't see how they were putting them out of the parliament and all kind of thing, and whereby all I understand is a gangster government we have, or a bully government. Or. So we can't want to fix something, and in one hand, Rowley must go, but it has no answer. But no. The answer right there. It right there before. But I always believe you see them kind of, you see people who just operate so. I'm not saying Mr. X, I'm saying now. Overall, there's bunch of people like that now. Rowley must go, PNM must go. But the opposition not the answer. Or Rebel, show me the answer now. Who is the answer? When you look left, you look right. We are like American system, Democrat, Republican. Whoa, it is what it is. It will be the UNC PNM until we culture start to change, but it is what it is. So if it's so, you are saying, well, all right, until the culture change, you willing to lead the PNM? So why not support the best option after? Because them third forces and them could do nothing more than split some votes, and they would not form government. We ain't reached there yet. We ain't reached there yet. So it is what it is in Trinidad and Tobago. Republican Democrats in America is UNC PNM in Trinidad. Until different. Yes, it's very good that the UNC, because PNM does always say, we do it alone, we stand alone, we fight alone, yeah, and only punish the people alone. Only do wickedness to the people alone. Only tax the people alone. But yet still, you got people want to put the UNC in the same pot as the PNM. No. You can't say that here, boy. If the UNC is a party, they unite with parties. So if they do wickedness, they do it alone. And at the end of the day, when I was a PNM, so I could tell all you know. Me didn't like them in that. Like how we stalk it. Me didn't like the Indian party now, boy. When they tell me when Ken Valley deceased and them tell me we going out there and campaign thing. Why we can't vote for them Indian and them just so to win the country. Indian not good. Indian this thief. They dishonest. They go kill their mother, father, sister, brother for land and all kind of thing. And it's only the black government go see about we. But boy, since I small, so I waiting for the black government to see about we, boy. But I don't know that black ain't reaching. Oh, that black ain't not in government. Best they tell me that. So that's some of this, you. So again, go take on Mr. X. As long as he keep an open mind, then I believe eventually he gonna wake up and smell the coffee and understand that the enemy at this point in time are the people of Trinidad and Tobago is who have the pen that can change and make better of us. At this point in time, it's the PNM, the Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley led government. If the UNC reach there and they're doing this, I'll be saying the same thing. I'm not on the PNM, the enemies who are the pen to organize and sign and make sure things go good with we. And the enemy at that point in time, if they're in government, or when they're in government, are the UNC. But for now, the enemy is the PNM. So don't take him on, alright? Don't take him on. So if it is eventually he's still going so well, you know, that just a little madness, you know, that some people and people too. That is smartness too, you know. I ain't saying here. But people who this, the UNC is not the PNM is not the answer right now. PNM had to go, but the UNC is not the solution. We had to get somebody else. Only mark my words. Them is people who used to vote PNM. I was a PNM, but they get hard to take that hand and vote for Indian. I tell you, boy, I hungry, boy. I eating pothole. I have family members waiting for surgery and thing. I see I have a black government ain't doing what? Nothing for me. And I go ban my belly to take that kind of punishment that can lead into my own self or my children dead off of a poor healthcare system. And then they go to the well, I don't know, Chelsea, but I ain't not voting for nobody. I never did. They like to say they ain't voting for nobody. They just find thing and say, yeah, see me, it's just I don't like the politics. It's just me, I'm a god. Me, I'm a god, but if I condemn the elections. I tell you, PNM people is find ways to take the punishment to nobody. Justify punishment to nobody. Only I was a PNM, wake up, smell the coffee. I can't justify punishment to me, you know. I can't justify that with no black party, so-called. And I ain't justifying that with no Indian party, so-called. It is what it is. When I say Indian party, meaning the base, yes. The fact says the base of the UNC is the East Indian people. The base of the PNM is African people. Right? Then it have the various religions. Because it have Indian who is Muslim that supports the PNM. It have Indians that is Hindus that support the PNM. And vice versa. Muslims and Hindus supports the UNC and all it go. Whereby no difference to the Catholics and the Baptists and this and that and all of them is ring down PNM. Okay, so let's move from that. So I want nobody calling and complaining. I fed up by my sex. But he have a program. He's running his program to the best of his ability. Eventually, when he do wake up, he may realize that it's PNM had the key, you know, and it's them had the pen, you know. And ponging on your position really in what way that helping us? No way, man, no way. Get rid of the PNM. We darling need boy. I rather the Indian them back than to take Rowley and Faris and them for next 5 years, partner. 15 years. We got dead, boy. So hey, behave, please. I do listen too. I just listen. I will continue to listen. But I like to hear other people, their opinions, how they do a program, talk program and them kind of thing. You know, just see what is the level of reasoning, see where is the level of understanding, see where is the level of compromise. In life, everybody's had to compromise. Yeah, it's had to make some compromise, but it must be for the greater good. Because again, if the enemy is the PNM, it's them is who are the key. Them is who could change around things for us. Pay public servants more than a 4% and don't close down ourselves, send home them workers and them, and they close down the refinery and they close it down and them are the power. The opposition can't do nothing. If the opposition are the power, well then that won't have gone, you know. So the power is the government. And you the people, because you the people are the power and the government. And all yourself don't come out when they say, we say come out and march, come out, let me do this, come out, let me do that. So then only don't point fingers or don't pelt a stone at glass window when you have. Come on, always call when the day come. Oh God. Rowley this. Rowley, you're killing me. Rowley don't care about me. Oh God, Rowley. And then the day we say, well, hey, well, let me come out. Ground Zero, Queen's Park, Savannah, push back. How much you all this do it? I see the Muslim community and I must give them kudos for signing up for the Muslim brothers and sisters in Pakistan outside there at Ground Zero, Queen's Park, Savannah. Queen's Park, Savannah will become a very, very historical place. And human being is human being, and I understand the conflict, but yeah, I stand with the Pakistan, with the Palestine people. You know, the history and all those various things. You know, and look how them they separate. The Muslim community come out, they support Palestine. The walk, if you see my people there, I say it's a pushback. And it's great that you can do that and stand for the Palestinian people and them, and it's all right in Allah. You are correct, but what about standing for your people unless you say it's a different kind of war? Like you all come out like that when we say we're going out there for high food prices, we're going out there for the crime situation, we're going out there for the bad roads, we're going out there for accountability, transparency, and a fair play. Let me go out there. And I just see that. I see that happen too with the they say the how they call the next set by black man are right, so some so black people are right, so some black group, and they come out there in their numbers and thing when the policeman went on George head, throat and choke him, and they come out there in their hundreds, all of them in the savannah up on that side up there, so I think Memorial Park side, and the day in their numbers, we can't breathe. We can't breathe. Yeah, well, let's support George Watchman, and all you did the right thing. I support that. But oh God, when it coming to we rolling knee on we neck, we can't breathe. All in here, and we two our black man group and Palestine supporters and everybody. So all they do, you all Trinidadian people, boy. All in here, them senior citizens, all in people complains about the schools and the hospitals and them thing, boy. The crime situation, the police, they say corrupt. Come on, boy. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. So when we go come out and do things for ourselves, boy, I will support anybody that is having justice. I must dance at home before I dance abroad and all. The right thing is the right thing. So to all you groups, interest groups in Trinidad and Tobago that is come out for various things and support the outside world, which is your rights. I and all this support the outside world, but all you must understand that you must jump a yard, treat a yard, deal with home come first. Let me deal with home not in order. Let me fix it now. Let me come out like how we support Palestinians and everybody else, and let me support we now. But God is good, and as I said, Trinidad and Tobago, it's a culture, and that is why for now it will be just PNM UNC. The culture ain't changed, and the same with that culture I now talk about there, where people could come out in their hundreds or the thousands to support every injustice outside of Trinidad and Tobago, but the injustice within Trinidad and Tobago, they're just very silent, dormant, or maybe afraid to do so. It's really heartbreaking, discouraging, but we, the true patriots of Trinidad and Tobago, that understand we must rock home before we rock aboard. We must dance at home before we dance aboard. We must deal with home before we try to deal with abroad. I hope you all understand. All the imams, all the pundits, the priests, and all of you religious leaders. May the culture eventually change, because I'm changing it. Remember, our country could never stay old for long. We must have young people that coming up that ambitious and that have that will to do the right thing now. And we'll have many other more will come. Yep, and mean that we mustn't continue to hear years upon years. We reach old people. I little boy, I little baby grow up and only hear no water, this, that, and all this bacchanal. Healthcare system as that with all this money passing and people thieving out all we money. And then to come now, stay here, get old, and don't be a part of making the change. So we children ain't gonna be hearing the same thing we hear, by. No. So that culture had to change. Where there who will come out and support outsiders before whom that culture eventually will change. Yeah, they'll get it in them eventually, but it's just when. That's all. So I was trying to teach that boy this. So people beating up on the opposition, it's just people that is sympathetic to me, to the PNM. But the opposition don't have the power to be able to do nothing for us. Are you ready to beat up on the opposition if it is you? We give them a chance. Them in government, them have the pen to make it right, and them in doing it. Well, then the talk not gonna be PNM. The talk gonna be UNC and whoever playing the fool like what's going on now under the PNM. When it comes to the people and the people money and the promises that was made that are not being kept, them and all go get shake because they're in government. But then I ain't seen it because them by the UNC born out of labor. And then I ain't gonna lie, on the two occasions they get an opportunity. One under Pandey, the country did well and was going good. One under Kamala, the country did well and was going good. Robinson get a chance. Well, he had also fixed back the country, so he had also come with all the harsh measures, VAT and that tax and this and that, because we was in IMF. After the same nasty PNM lead the country dry, like how they clean out the country now, send out everything, thieving out all the money. That when Kamala them had to come in power, then meeting no money, you know. You might have to go to the IMF. Kamala them might have to move like Robinson. Tell people, PNM damage the country from when Eric Williams dead and the around them time over. The second richest country in the Western Hemisphere we was. They damage it up. Leave nothing. Then we get a unity. The National Alliance of Reconstruction with Robinson, all of them. Pandey, all of them, everybody have unity, strong thing. We come and we defeat the PNM. But the UNC, the National Alliance of Reconstruction, A&R Robinson them, meet a empty treasury, broken the PNM, they thief out all. You know, after 20-something years now, Robinson had to build back the country. We the people come and give back the PNM a chance under Manning. Mengo like Manning still do well compared to Dr. Rowley. Manning was still a man that kind of know how to balance the scenes. That kind of disrespect in parliament and thing, Manning went and allow that and he went to go down that road. The man is a gentleman. He made plenty mistakes. But the man was a gentleman at the end of the day. It's under heat, and then when I turn from PNM under heat with the squatting thing. Them regularizing the East Indian in bamboo, but grow we up telling we Indian in good. And we African in Bagatelle environments in the Gomatin, they by Northern Savannah where they are the Mary Boys going there. We build up that stadium and ain't build nothing now. It had no sort of sport activity within that area there where it had the potential for them young boy and them to go astray. So they had to go on the block and lime and harness their energy when they put a sporting facility in place. The basketball court that we used to play is now the Bagatelle Community Center car park. The Northern Savannah that we used to play is now the big a stadium thing they put there where it's cricket playing. And then when they go in there, they pay $10, this, that, them do that, so it have nothing. It had nothing. They leave it with nothing. And that fight, that struggle was for that same thing, don't break down that and then have facilities. And if that facility would have been able to accommodate all the activities that it used to have, that used to bring the community together, Pay them one name about crime. Them destroy a whole community and they climb to go out and street, and then they're wondering what's going on up on that side. So in the Martin, Bagatelle, Green Hill Village, Partner Village and environs. All you kill all sports and activity for the average person that just used to go to it. And leave them there to harness their energy on the blocks, smoking the weed and getting encouraged in dotishness. All you do that. What are going to say? No, well, them supposed to think and they're supposed to be strong. If they do have a field day game or a basketball court day game to play, if it have one high up in partner, go up there and play. Where partner is war, bagatelle and all them kind of thing. Go up there to play and then on the field there and the shooting on the field. All they destroy the thing. The shooting there where this one can come up there and that one is because it's after all the years, all they destroy the everything down there. Or they create the monsters that haunting we know. And then those say, oh, they're not encouraging them. No. I grew up among them community, but I was strong enough to know, hey, the do's and the don'ts and how to keep away. Not everybody will be strong like me. Because there are people in different situations whereby they maybe have a family that poor. They get up there nothing to eat. But when they go on the block, they gain something to eat. That becomes their new family. Stupid. So the new brothers and sisters, brothers and them on the block, that is their brothers. Hey, we're going to make a hit. Come, let me go. We will teach you. Always is all you do it. So long as the system all right, it have opportunities. Yeah, talking to you, the politicians, especially the PNM, and it have opportunities. It have facilities for the youths to garnish their energy. No problem when it coming to home having no water and the community flooding and all them thing, and you start to harness your kids under that type of thing. You the PNM. It will leave less room for them to end up being a lost generation. There's less room. Then now we're supposed to watch at them, because everything when it comes to the system is in order. Then we can watch at them now and tell them, why? Here it is. You have a gun? Because remember, by then crime situation going on, get opportunities. 20 years for any legal gun. Them kind of thing. Punish people. So long as you have a proper system in place. Your system breeding what it is we have today and what we are seeing. Every nook and cranny of Trinidad and Tobago is corrupt. You could get a driver's license, pay at 2,000, 2,500, unregistered. You could transfer a car without even going to the office there. And that is not only in license office, it's going on too in customs, immigration, and all the different agencies. It's going on in the presidents and them, all of them. That is what's going on with all of them there. From captain to cook, the system itself need a revamp. Eventually we have to think about constitutional reform, people. This system is against us, the people. Proportional representation to a point to an extent, and many other things, to create a system that will work in our own best interest. This system are not. So we go back to the problem, and let's see where is the problems. So long as you have the proper systems in place, we'll be able to take a whole of the runaway youths that it is have out there, that will cause foreign investors not to want to come, because with crime situation, with murders. We have to organize, revamp the police service to an extent, right? Get it back to what it was under Gary, but it still need revamping based on corrupt cops and the police being involved in the politics, from the executives on the picking side, and these cases that a police commissioner that had the power to be able to send things to the DPP. So the DPP now to do work. So we're not getting to understand and to see where the break is all over. Because it have things on the DPP desk and all that needs to be dealt with, and he wouldn't read it. If it was me, do something, and I on the desk there, them people, I dare them. My case going on happening. But when the politicians and the 1% and them have big cases, whereby it's cases that is advantageous to the people, they have cases and them they stay there and get cobweb on DPP office desk and on police commissioners desk, you know. Them is things that we have to change. If it don't be fair, all right, the police will say they can't work because the biggest problem, right, is the politics within the police service, and they could be transferred and whatever. All of that is truth, right? But the judiciary need to clean up too. One can't work without the other, because sometimes police go organize and do the work and the thing and whatever, and the next turn off is the judiciary. How long we gonna take before we can get these things in place and really and truly expect a better Trinidad and Tobago? Because earlier that money is every year $60 billion budget and them thing, education $7 billion and $8 billion them thing. We just keep going in vain, and when the more money they spend is the more disrupted our lives go be, you know. They need to spend the money on the human resource back, and not making sure the big contractors eat all and we ain't get in. They need to pump money and build back the middle class. Yes, the middle class is higher the most. All they destroyed from COVID to now. And in building the middle class, the poor man just get an opportunity to become a middle class. So as I just say, share the money from the middle class straight to the poor, and we could build back Trinidad and Tobago. Me ain't saying get the middle class all night, you know. Get them a little piece to build themselves, and you see, all right, out of 100, all you gonna say are bias, but I don't care. After all the years, them big companies and they make millions, billions of dollars that save, and we blood, sweat and tears, and much of them didn't work for it. We never get value for we money. And all of them proud, hey, the this, the that, them only can run business like that in Trinidad. You feel like a run business like how they do it in Trinidad, you're outside there? Some of them with a poor quality pitch. We paying them billions to pitch we roads, and we roads mashing up in no time. Wouldn't say put on a good foundation base. What they telling me about? Government in place, structures overloading, and we wouldn't put things in place to organize, all right? The foundations of the road, we raise it, but all them companies that want to overload the thing with big wheels, they have to pay money to drive on the road, or we create a road for them. So the roads ain't go get mashed up. So if out of 100, but I ain't gaining 1%, them nothing. 25% must go to the middle class. 25%, well, when we start to add up, we gonna know how much percent I could take. This must go towards paving roads and bills now, paying the bills. Well, boy, I feel I given myself too much, because paying the bills now under the PNM, we have a huge bill now. We have a huge bill now. Them borrow money, all kind of thing too, you know. Real money, you know. So we owe in banks, you know. And then they create the merchant bank that lending was some money and thing. Still young family, them look like they go own that. They go pass it off to Massey and them. Boy, we watching all of that madness, and we sit down here and we feel like all is well. All that madness, yes. We don't talk no more. It's 7 minutes. It's 3 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. So that's my editorial, you know. That's my editorial. Trinidad and Tobagonians, we must dance home before we dance abroad. Yes, we could support Palestine, we could support George Floyd, we could support all injustice all over. This is the godly thing, but it's also the godly thing for we to also support ourselves. Okay? So let me say out of 25 middle class, the next 25 half years, the poor, spend that on the poor. And the next 50 is to pay bills and whatever. Boy, I don't think we go get even 50 out of that, you know. PNM leaving with broken history repeat itself, you know. From George Chambers to Williams and them. Before anyhow come. When the next party go there, Kamala them go there. Let me tell you, MP treasury, you know. With high debts, you know. Them are 2 more years to lick up worse than everybody else, you know. Everything that making money for we, them damaging, you know. So let me wake up and smell the coffee, eh? Unite. 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 It could only help us, not destroy us. Divided, we will continue to be destroying ourselves. While the 1% and them politicians, all of them up there good. Let's go to each other parties, weddings, funerals, drink, shake each other hands. They're minding their business, and we need to mind ours. Okay, let me see. Lennox Smith, my brother, a pleasant good morning to you. What's going on in your part of the woods, my brother?
Yes, indeed. A pleasant good morning to you as well, my friend. You hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, bye.
Yes, indeed. But of course, I listened very attentively to some of the comments, very pertinent and pregnant. I think the consciousness of the population needs to be awakened, and therefore there can be no other motivation than, of course, that kind of nationalistic sentiments that you would have expressed this morning. I think those who are conscientious enough will certainly do some introspection and probably come up with some kind of solution as to how they can contribute, because clearly what you have said is reality in Trinidad and Tobago, and put it statistically or provide the empirical evidence. It's very simple. The government of the day, for example, in the area of debts, met, of course, 44% debt to GDP. It has now risen exponentially within the last 8 years to if not yet, but certainly close to 90 to 95%. It means that it has doubled, and therefore that has manifested in the reality of the amount of borrowings that was done, and that is against the background that in 2015 they met over $5 billion in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. That too they have raided. Even though, of course, it is our sovereign fund, and therefore they don't have to pay that back. But the fact is that it is a loss nonetheless. Of course, it's only Dr. Rowley and the Minister of Finance will tell us that nothing has been lost. Only let me repeat, they took out a heaping set of money from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund that they contributed very little to, even when they were in government, because under Patrick Manning and in 2008, the most amount of money that this country would have brought to itself because of oil prices, etc., was in that particular year. Yet still, haven't depleted the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, they will tell us that because it augmented itself by way of investments, prudent or otherwise, but the fact is that it has reached back at the stage where they met it, so therefore nothing was taken out. I mean, it is an insult to our collective intelligence. The fact of the matter is that the monies that are there now should be that plus what they took out. Let's face it, people. And you sycophants, I mean, you have to be real. You believed, of course, in the Mamagai and old talk about the country was running on fumes, etc. When in fact, you know today that that was not so and was a blatant and unadulterated lie promoted by a group of individuals who are prepared, of course, to lie their way into government and lie their way wise in government. And no doubt that lie has taken them, is taking them out of government. But the fact is that they must not come back at all. And then, of course, they met over $10 billion in reserves, over 12 months of import. That is the international benchmark and standard. You see, I'm putting statistical and empirical evidence to what you have said there, so that people cannot say that we are talking vike or because we are talking ad hominem out of what we think. $10 billion in reserve. Today, of course, it is vacillating according to central bank and one or two other government spokesperson, around $6 billion. So they have depleted the reserve by $4 billion if you take what they have said. But I personally believe that it's closer to $4 billion, and therefore they have really depleted it by $6 billion over the last 8 years. And in addition to that, of course, when they came into government, they met at least $5 billion in excess liquidity. What does that mean? It means that besides what was in the Heritage and Celebration Fund, besides what was in reserve, all of which they have touched and depleted over the last 8 years, there was this sum of money in the various banks, whether you call it 1% bank or you call it private bank, as the case may be. And what they did, they borrowed money from that and all the true, of course, the various what they consider to be ways and means of extracting money in favor of the government through bonds and the issuance of bonds and other instruments, including, of course, the bank of the minister now of energy, but then minister of national security, and of course Dr. Rowley's sidekick really, he's also a minister in the office of the prime minister, his brother's bank, and through the mechanism, as you rightly said, corruption and nepotism associated with the level of recusement that benefits of ministers only at the level of the cabinet, family, friends, and acquaintances, and those they prefer, and rather would have extracted from you and I. So you are quite right. There is statistical evidence to show that you have analyzed this situation efficaciously, and that is reality. Yes, and the final reality clearly is that we, the population, when they would have exited government, that we will have to find the resources in order to bring Trinidad and Tobago back on even keel. I want to say as well, and I endorse that it is the Kamala Prasad Bissessar UNC, if you want to call it, administration, that is the only administration that must now be given the task and responsibility to bring Trinidad and Tobago back. And not only because one is sympathetic to them, far from it, because the analysis again will show, the practical analysis will show that between 2010 and 2015, it was Dr. Rowley himself, when he was posed with a similar question, whether or not under his administration we are better off than when we were under the Kamala Prasad UNC administration. And he made it very clear that when Kamala and they were in office, if milk and honey, and I'm paraphrasing here, but nonetheless I think I'm very close to quoting him, if milk and honey was flowing then under the Kamala Prasad Bissessar administration between 2010 and 2015, then you had to be a fool to not understand that you would have been better off then. He has confessed that, and those are realities. Whether the sycophants and the apologists and so on, and those, of course, who are eating from the PNM trough, so to speak, would want to admit it. The fact of the matter is that we, the masses, must understand that we are in a terrible situation, and therefore the toxicity Rowley administration in particular. There can be no other in future, I'm sure, and in the past, to the degree that they are prepared to be corrupt. They're prepared, of course, to fleece the population. And the utopia that Dr. Rowley promised back in 2015, that he could do more with less, and all of that turned out to be total hogwash, and of course putrid verbalization that has no place in the reality and the development of Trinidad and Tobago. And that, of course, again is reflected in the realities of Trinidad and Tobago today, statistically and empirical evidence. We just have to look at the state of crime, what 460 or 70 and counting. And then of course we look at the performance of the economy itself. And they did, and they themselves, they have an uncanny and what I consider to be enigmatic, a very puzzling ability to even spoil luck. Imagine we are lucky. I mean, God forbid, and it may sound jingoistic, meaning that that I'm too nationalistic. But the fact of the matter is that the war between Russia and Ukraine brought an additional $8 billion just so to us. No increase in the production of a barrel of oil, no increase in the production of gas, no increase in the production of petrochemicals at the Point Lisas. In fact, Point Lisas was being, of course, emptied by some 12 companies leaving, and therefore valuable foreign exchange by way of taxes would have gone with that development. But yet still, even with the $8 billion, they are unable to manage the affairs of the country. And so, of course, what they did, they moved the 2% to 4% and gave, of course, the public servants in their negotiation. But the fact of the matter is that none of it has been put to no serious productive development outside of the gas, oil and petrochemical industry, so that we can say that the diversification that is required, having regard to the jeopardy that fossil fuel and fossil energy is now posing not only to the industry itself and the people's job, but to the world, because of course climate change and other factors are, of course, making it imperative that we do away with that. Humankind has to do away with it because of global warming and, of course, the melting of ice at both poles and sea level rise and so on, and the possibility that if it continues like this, Trinidad and Tobago will be no more. In other words, it will be inundated or covered with water. So these are some of the nuts and bolts realities that could be verifiable, and therefore the integrity or the veracity of what we are saying can be easily found in, of course, facts. I just want to conclude by simply saying that Dr. Rowley continues again to be disingenuous. He continues to be, of course, not only disrespectful to our collective and individual intelligence, but he also continues to be dishonest at the opening again of that leg of the highway, to regurgitate a story where, once again, because of their intervention, they're malicious and evil and out of the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, frustrated the OAS contractor. They left the country obviously. Now, as having gone to arbitration in London, they awarded over $1 billion, and we don't know what is happening with interest to OAS. Dr. Rowley telling us that they were bankrupt and etc. etc. Of course, we'll have an opportunity to elaborate a bit, but the point about it is that he went there and justified a conduct that really and truly is the creation and the implementation and the intervention of the PNM that has created that position. If the OS were left alone and were paid, you wouldn't have to be talking that today. But because of political greed and aggrandizement and the manifestation of something that is an illusion, they now want us to be sympathetic to them, and then, of course, utilize $1 billion sometime in the future to pay OAS because of their inability to recognize that a continuum and to affect negatively the UNC and their chances. They have jeopardized Trinidad and Tobago once again, but will not accept that fact. And of course, we are smarter than that. After 8 years, we know that all they can do is, of course, engage in incompetence, impotence, and of course, malicious propaganda and old talk. Whilst, of course, Trinidad and Tobago is quickly, rapidly, expeditiously moving to hell in a gasoline-soaked paper bag, as Mikey would normally reference this such circumstance. So those are the areas I would want to touch at this point in time, as far as current news and as far as endorsing statistically and empirically some of the issues that you raised this morning.
Nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pay some bills, and then we'll open the lines to the people. I'm gonna pay some quick bills and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
With Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Shiny and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fry bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and Dublin. From 6 p.m. have dinner on the pavement a la carte with burgers, fried nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
Trinity Lighting, 123 Western Main Road, St. James. Special on LED bulbs. Purchase 4 LED bulbs for $100, get 2 free. Trinity, they stock a wide variety of electrical supplies and specialize in light bulbs and parts for all your residential, commercial, marine, and medical fixtures. Remember, buy 4 LED bulbs for $100, get 2 free. 628-8373 or 622-6935. Check them out on Facebook, Trinity Lighting, ETC LTD. Or shop online at trinityetc.com. In the Miami area, contact them at 305-354-2033 or 305-932-0727. Remember, Trinity Lighting welcomes you to their main store, 123 Western Main Road, St. James.
The rainy season is here, so be weather smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all, you don't want to be the one to cause any accidents, do you? So why not check out Racetrack Wheels right now? They're the only one that gives you quality tires to hold the road properly. And to top it off, Racetrack Wheels carries all sizes of tires for all makes of vehicles. They are the sole distributors for Salem and Achilles tires. These tires carry a full manufactured warranty and is the #1 tire for comfort and performance in this rainy weather. We have the latest rims in all sizes, all at drastically low prices. We also do blank wheels that could be drilled to your vehicle specification. It's all about new technology and keeping ahead of the game.
So hurry on down to Racetrack Wheels, 3 locations: 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, 82 Bethany Road, Bucco, Tobago, and 64th Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Or call 285-9168.
So my friend, take it from me and be weather smart this season and change your tires right now at Racetrack Wheels.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secure parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Ari.
Sheltech Electronics, Capital Plaza, 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Port Speed. So you're looking for the best prices in gaming products? Come on down and visit Sheltech Electronics, the gamer's paradise. Get the latest PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch system. Games and accessories, Apple Stream, Roblox cards. Available. Yearly clearance items up to 70% off. Pre-order new releases and save 15%. Come on, visit us online at sheltechelectronics.com. Cash in on the bargain. Sheltech Electronics, 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Port Speed. 627-3757. Cash in on those bargains now.
Morning, guys. Morning. Who guys? What is man watching, boy?
Learn how to cook in just 5 weeks with our simple recipes. 2 eggs, a pinch of salt.
Yeah, Grind. It's a cook show you watching. Your Grind this year, very serious. And the team I am have to win. Get ready for Icons Can Cook 2, Saturday, November 25th. Time, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Hearty Foods Car Park, corner Queen and Susano Streets, Arima. May the best cook win.
Check this out. Hitman Howie T presents I Am Old School. I Am Old School. His 36th DJ anniversary celebration on Saturday, 4th November. We party from 9 p.m. till 4 a.m.
Hey, gringos and pasero. How we treat the hitman.
Dress code, multicolor retro wear, or yellow, white, and black. Hitman Howie T will be in full concert mode.
We can dance if we want to. I set fire in a trench town.
Featuring Squinter, General Grant, Dr. Ross, Kabuki, TC, Future Sounds, Reese T, DJ McCall, hosted by MCC and Antics. Tickets are $200 at the door more. Get them now at Bobby's Bar, Curep, New Luna, Aruca, Sion's Bar, San Fernando, Hermes Kitchen, next to Busy Corner Mall, Chagwanas, Fats International, Trinity Mall, and Arriba, Revive Beauty Salon, McCoy Light, Caliente Bar, Curep, Amanda's Grill, Excellent City Mall, Port of Spain, Roadside Cafe, Silver Mill, San Juan, 104.7, and the Sawa team. Don't miss I Am Old School. 104.7 FM is the official station for I Am Old School.
Looking to complete your home or business project? Well, the place is Michelin Hardware. We carry a large selection of roofing and plumbing supply, lumber, steel, water tanks, tools, and more. Get your sand, gravel, sand filled by the bag, yard or load. No one beats our prices. Visit us at M&R Building, number 97, Eastern Main Road, Aruca, or call 646-2144. WhatsApp 327-7761. Michelin Hardware.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh G. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh G. 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Some call it a meal, some call it a snack. KFC Munch Pack. Hungry, you're hungry, yeah, we deal with that. KFC Munch Pack. Munch Pack after work or lunchtime. Munch Pack tasty gold and divine. Munch Pack KFC, you could find this deal that's one of a kind. KFC Munch Pack, yeah, we love that. Gold and goodness to go. KFC Munch Pack, yeah, we love that. This deal is for you, yeah.
Hungry for deals? Enjoy a KFC Munch Pack with 1 piece of delicious chicken and 1 regular side for only $21.95. Only from KFC.
We are back. Bigger and better. St. Vincent de Paul presents Tea, Fashion, and Cocktails on Sunday, 29th October at Holy Family Church, Todd's Road, featuring Los Suberos y Amigos, Jerome Gonzalez, and Audio Fusion. Yes, Central Trinidad. It's Tea, Fashion, and Cocktails. Sunday, 29th October. Tickets are $200. Call 481-3352-475-10 017 or 356-4259. Support a worthy cause. Tea, fashion, and cocktails.
Kirby's Bar and Lounge, Main Road, Chase Village, Shaquana says, come enjoy 80s Tuesdays.
80s Tuesdays.
Karaoke Wednesdays.
Seems to fade.
Latin Thursdays. Free Up Fridays with 104 FM 104.7 DJs.
I just want to jump. Tell me about work in the morning. Unless we talking hard work, wine and jam.
Celebrity Saturdays.
You want a proper fix? Call me. You want to get your kicks? Call me.
And Cool Down Sundays.
Every time I think of saying goodbye, everything inside me says it's alright.
Yes, it's all happening each and every week at Kirby's Bar and Lounge, Main Road, Chase Village, Shaquana.
Eastern Credit Union's here to say Wally and Christmas light the way. Gift of light shining not so bright to make your holidays just right. Oh yeah. For mortgage, home equity to new and used vehicles just for you. Hybrid electric choices grand with ECU. You're in good hands. Georgie Bundle and special treats make the festive season complete. Existing members come and see a grand and shares you could drive free.
Eastern Credit Union's Gift of Life promotion is here. Borrow up to 10 times your share balance and get the chance to win over $100,000 in fortnightly and grand prizes. Visit our website at ECUNewExperience.com or contact us at 800-4328. This promotion ends on December 29th and is approved by the NLCB. Eastern Credit Union, leading the way.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, 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 oh boy. Well, Trinidad and Tobago as promised, the lines are open. Myself and Lennox Smith got to touch on. Wasn't front burners, but I know you all will bring the front burners. What's going on in your neck of the woods? What's on your front burner? Let's see what's on your front burner here on the Gong Report. Morning, caller.
Pleasant good morning to you, Mr. Andy Williams, and Oxford Mikey K. We are here.
Hey, Bonifacio.
Good morning. Yeah, my morning. You know, I am really appalled by the decision, and then it had to be so, made by the appeal court judges in connection with Marcia Caesar's matter. You know, now the woman could sue the state, and of course taxpayers would have to pay a certain amount of money, and it is very difficult for taxpayers shouldn't be made to pay such thing because of the fault of the Chief Justice. As a matter of fact, in other countries, he ought to resign immediately. You see, we will know by today, well, this week actually, the cost of electricity hike, which is alleged by 10%, which is more money for the taxpayers to pay. And then water coming soon, and then thereafter property tax. So the burden is continuously passed on. And you see the same $3 an hour extra, that will be passed on to the consumer, you know, because businessmen is about, the bottom line is profitability, and they don't lose. So at the end of the day, high prices will be had in the different businesses, because when you add up $3 per hour, let's say you have 200 workers or officers, it amounts to a very considerable amount. So at the end of the day, it's additional pressure on the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. And again, we are saying it is time that this government leave. Enough is enough. Have a good day.
Yeah, I share your view on your sentiments. I too have contemplated on it, and you're making a lot of sense. It's a catch-22 situation. You do your damn and you don't. But this government is totally irrational, and therefore does not think out policies and programs to the ultimate end, which is, of course, is to improve the circumstances of the population, and if it is to the detriment, as has been the case, then we need to get rid of them and deploy people who would seek the people's interests. Good morning.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. Rowley, I couldn't love you more. What's up, what's going on now? Open the valve more on everybody in Trinidad and Tobago. Open it, Rowley, and they will love you more. Nobody protests. Nobody says nothing. Not love Rowley. I love Rowley. All let's stay home and don't march. All the intellectual and UV, nobody says anything about the taxes, nothing. Nobody encourage people, do not pay the property tax. Well, what you choose is that you get.
Send your voice notes to Trinidad and Tobago. Make sure and send your voice notes too. I'm going to give you all the numbers, the call numbers. 229-0251. That's 229-0251 or 239-5120. 239-5120. And send your WhatsApp calls. Make your WhatsApp calls or send a WhatsApp voice notes, which I'll be paying in a little bit, to 366-3053. 366-3053. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Mohan. Yes, that is Councillor Darrell Mohan. Right. He did call, sent a message to us here on the Gong Report. Was about a leak that would have thrown on a bridge. The leak was by the bridge, however it go. Well, we get to today's pit here. Well, after hearing the scenes, well, WASA dealt with the leak. Right, so these are photos that was just taken in real time. Right, WASA has addressed the issue. Thank you from the Councillor Darren Mohan, Vega the Europooch. Thursday. Oh, that is the WASA leak on. They did the repairs Thursday. Go on here because we talk about it. I think the Wednesday. Thursday go on Bridley Road, Brooklyn Settlements, Sandy Grande. Right. Right, it was repaired. Yeah, it was repaired again.
And that's what we do here. Of course, that's part of our extracurricular activity. But the caller before that spoke of the electricity and the rates and so on. Notice is a frontal attack by this government of fixed income. The employed in this country, because they are focusing on domestic as opposed to commercial. They are domestic in terms of electricity, domestic in terms of property tax, whereas of course even when they were bringing back the land and building taxes as announced in 2015 by the Kamala Prasad administration, they were talking about focusing on commercial property before, but this government focuses on domestic. And these are fixed income people whose salaries are already pressured with, of course, domestic things, whether it's electricity, rent, transportation, paying for their mortgage, etc. And you're still putting additional pressure on them. So I appreciate the efforts of the opposition to try to preempt, if not offset totally, and delay permanently the implementation of the property tax.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. You hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Right. Good morning, gentlemen. I came back Sunday after a nice vacation, Andy, in New York, and I had the pleasure of seeing Donna Cockings, the family, you understand? It was very, very nice. Andy, when we were going up to New York, the flight until we had some turbulence, Andy, I thought that plane was going to fall out of the sky. And all that came to my mind, how it is that these men called pilots, who have to take people across the world and have their lives in their hand, how it is that these people have to be striking and begging and making confusion for a proper salary. Because at that moment, I know it was only God and that had to help those pilots to take us safely where we could go going. It was that bad. So, you know, when you people don't appreciate the work that these people are doing. And Andy, another thing is everybody asking my friends and thing in Europe, oh, you know, our police in Trinidad, how it happened so much crime? What happened to the people down there? How they sitting down so quiet? So they just sitting down so and letting our government do what they want. When I tell you, I'm feeling shame, Andy. I'm feeling shame, Andy. But anyway, so much for that. When I watched the news last night, Andy, I could not believe my eyes when I saw Faroud Abu Bakr and these other people marching around the savannah for what going on in Palestine. So many things going on wrong in this country. Women are dying. The Muslims say there's a call for women and children. Women are dying. Children are dying. People on the whole are dying more than dogs in this country. Home invasion, crime after crime, total 100% lawlessness across the board. Everything seemed to be going wrong with no consequences, and not one of them who was by the savannah there yesterday, wherever the hell they was, come out and march against the ills in the country. I know we sympathize with the people in Palestine and what is going on, but from since I small, which was a long time, I always hear people say charity begins at home. What about the problems in this country? Or you're not doing anything, or you're not saying anything that erase to deal with the problems in this country, but all you come out in all your large numbers to deal with what's going on in Palestine. I am more convinced now more than ever something is wrong with the people in this country. You understand? It's either all of them is PNM and they're supporting the evil and the wrongdoing, or all of them had to be crazy. But I am saying, all you can march all your brothers and sisters in Palestine. I have no problem with that. But the first place all you should be marching, and the first reason why all you should be marching, is for all the ills and the murders and all the advantage and all the problems that we have in Trinidad is what we should be trying to fix with. Because if the people were coming out in the large numbers and protesting, like we see in protests all over the world, we wouldn't be in this mess. Gentlemen, have a good day. God bless you all and keep up the good work.
Oh boy, the lines are open. It's your time. After take a little break in a little while. Morning caller, where calling from? What's your contribution on the Going Report this morning? Go ahead, caller. Caller. Yes, we hear you, caller. Go ahead. Next caller. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Go ahead, Miss Arima.
Speaking. Andy, well, it's so much a thing going on. I hear you talking about them Muslims. went around the savannah protesting for the Palestinian people. Them had to mind their business.
I agree with them, they could support who they want, but study home too. Study home.
Yeah, mind your business here. Them fighting since David and Goliath, them shooting, slinging shot up to now. The Israeli had a big dome. We come like a slinging shot to shoot down them thing up in the air before it land. Them fighting left, right, every how much years is left, right. Nobody can tell them nothing when they kill up one another, right? They just stop after that time, but this time is real dread. And I see in where it's going to lead to World War III, because Iran, them have beef with America, so anything with them could jump in, right? Them jumping in and them tell the Muslim world, that's why them going out there and talking, and I don't know, is you I hear saying that, right? They tell the Muslim world to stand up all over the world against this thing. So that's what I'm doing. Muslim for Muslim. Them I cannot about me inside of here. It's only Allahu Akbar. You understand? So what I'm saying, World War III could end up quite here, because all the thing where people that say we living in the West Indies and the Caribbean Sea and the Caribbean Isles, I know we living next to a continent, and the continent is America. It's just we living down in the south. And when you look further north, America right there. And I know them Iranian done moving all kind of thing, the sneaking thing by the partner and them all in Cuba there. When you check Cuba close to Miami, right? I think I heard Lennox voice. Lennox, you want to say something?
No, you go ahead, call us, go ahead. Only make the contribution.
Right? So I said, Lennox, let's be telling you all the Cubans in there, the Chinese in there, the Iranians in there, and it even have Hezbollah in there. Right now, people here.
Just now, Mr. Rima, where the Hezbollah and the Cubans and the this and the that, where? In Venezuela?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
This is why we have to mind we business. Tariq El-Examin is of Lebanese descent. Hezbollah is a Lebanese terrorist group, right? And he in charge for the Hezbollah gang in Venezuela is a terrorist gang. Them fully militarized themselves over there. Russian inside of there. What you think it is at all? You think I joking or what? Ask the Venezuelans. The Cubans is who guarding the presidential palace and the mafia man over there because he don't trust the army. I don't know why he's sending them army men, them Guardia National here. They coming to guard his next gangman friend over here. They may come into think no crime. I assuming that is alleged. I saying so. They may come into think no crime here with we. And if they come, they can't talk with language. Anytime they see a man with something in their hand, them they shoot and then ask questions. So we men here going and get gunned down like that. Them are accustomed with Rasta and people with ugly beard and all this thing. If we soldiers working with them and they turn their head a little bit, from the time them Guardia National see a man looking funny in the road, right, with his pants halfway down, they don't know nothing about them thing in the country. They're taking you for a criminal, a thief, a escape convict. They hit you some gun. Right? And that is what could happen inside of here. Because the Cubans gunning down the nationals in Venezuela without asking question. He had them working in the elite police service. And the same thing going on happen here, but it's just different. They're bringing them here to guard the place. I tired one only with things way in advance. And when I come here and talk, all you just be bawling is, hey! And this is, and you're having people coming after people like me give contribution, information.
Thank you very much. Time is up. Hey! All right, next caller. Let's continue. Oh boy, morning caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report?
Yeah, morning, Mr. Andy. Andy for Sandy Gandhi.
Go ahead, my brother. Only make all the contributions. I'm going to the voice notes. Yes, the call's taking too long. Let me go. Go ahead, my brother.
Alright. Yeah, boss. Morning. The lady say something wrong with the people in Trinidad and Tobago. Nothing wrong with the people in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. This stupidness with unemployment and thing is what causing all this havoc in this country, you know. The ministers and them in this country don't realize that. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Next caller. Well, let's make it short and sweet. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller. Morning caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Good morning, Gong Report. Lennox Andy Tunapuna here.
Go ahead, Mr. Tunapuna.
All I had to correct that problem because we're having a serious problem with the audio people's contribution. Right? Again, a feedback. Andy?
You're in front of your radio.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Now, let me say this. I started with this where Keith Rowley and them talk about taxing the rich and whatnot and things. But yet still you're taxing the commercial and industrial businesses. You're only going on residential. I see also that the Stuart Young brother and their bank, who the government put taxpayers' money into it, is now lending hundreds of millions of dollars. I also see now that you could imagine this, Andy. Express, page 3, Express the 14th October. Millions for Treasury security. increase thing from $2.7 million to $7.8 million. What the hell we spending money? And here with it, Andy, they are hiring because of the risk of the crime and whatnot. They have to protect the treasury. Eh? Where you're going and hire private amalgamated and these private companies, the 1% and them to guard the treasury. When you have the damn army there, you don't have to put out a cent extra. You have the state resources available to your disposal. Use that. But you see, this is how they say you have to make the rich get richer, Andy. And it's just to that. Article on the Express, page Wednesday, 11th. Rodney Charles, only the big boys get in Forex. But here it is. You remember when Keith Rowley used to tell Kamala with she hot foot and she only traveling here, there and all about her, whatnot. But she was traveling and going and bringing investment in this country. You traveling and going all over the place and bringing absolutely nothing, Andy. But here it is what the article says. The first time I heard the word, they call it DMs. That the Minister of Energy, Keith Rowley first, received, they just get a kind of stipend like whenever they travel out of the country. And in US dollars, he received $1.5 million between 2015 and 2022. That's Keith Rowley. And Energy Minister Stuart Young received $899,000. So he received just $900,000 in these things. What is people are doing with this money? How come these people are being allotted this money and thing and you taking advantage? Because here it is. Keith Rowley, you write Kamala Prasad says that you would want to meet with her to discuss the Constitution. Bam! All of a sudden, you have Stuart Young and Fitzgerald Hines and all these other dotish people who can't make no decision. You write her, you want to meet with her to discuss the Constitution. But here it is again. You're going to Canada because I'm more extra money you're getting, and then after that you're going to London. And something really had to take place in this country, but finally, let me wrap up. Ministry launches new shallow water bids. But here at the end of the thing, here was Stuart Young saying, the request for nomination was well received, with 62 nominations made for 13 blocks. Today we are optimistic that the significant levels of interest in these shallow water blocks will translate into successful bid round. So you are optimistic, therefore you are sure that what you people think that it could result in anything positive. But you see what they're doing now, Andy, when they criticize the last government under Kevin Ramnarine, because when Patrick Bannon was in power, he did absolutely not one damn thing and sit down on his backside and allow all the oil rigs and them out there, all these companies and them to pull out the rigs and go because there was no oil exploration and no drilling or nothing. And when Kamala Prasad Bisesa come into power to reinvigorate the oil industry, they give concessions and taxes and reductions and whatnot. That that generates drilling and whatnot. That is the money today that we enjoy in the country, not because of PNM or anything we enjoy. But hear what they say. They criticize Kamala and the energy minister Kevin Ramnarine and them for giving away billions of dollars in tax concessions and whatnot to these big companies. These same set of, and the other dogs today is saying that they will have to give tax breaks and tax concessions and all kind of things now to see if they could get these people to start back to do oil exploration and drilling and all that kind of thing. So you see the hypocrisy.
I see it. Thank you.
Okay, brother.
Oh boy. Let's get some more calls. Oh, somebody say, Andy, why you cut off Miss Arima and you leave Mr. Tunapuna? Well, Miss Arima had done her contribution, and then she leave from her contribution and go into so contribution done. The program is not for that. Mr. Tunapuna now, in other hand, he stick to his contribution, go to next one, say he last one, but end up bringing a next one again. Very smart fella, but he stick to the contribution and then give him a little cut. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go to the lines. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Go ahead, my brother.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Lennox Smith. Good morning to my good friend Mikey K, who I know might be on this week. I'm hoping to hear him this week on the Gong Report. Let me say, Andy for Grandy, Andy, Grandy and friends for Grandy. You know we support that. You know we is for that all the way. I hope the right authorities is observing and looking and seeing the kind of work and the kind of mobilization you are doing up in Grandy. And the people are saying Andy for Grandy and they are following you. I know many people look onto this program in Toko Sandy Grandy. Let me say good morning to all in Toko Sandy Grandy. Let me say good morning to the corporation of Sandy Grandy. Good morning to the chairman of the corporation in Sandy Grandy. I hope you are taking care about UNC people and UNC areas who is loyalty to us and who will remain UNC in the next general election is to come. Let us say that, so we say continue to the good work that the corporation is making the way easy for Andy and others to serve as the next MP for Toko Sandy Grandy. Andy, this morning I want to thank you very much for coming out and defending Trinidad and Tobago, because this morning there was no mother India, there was no mother India or no mother Africa. By questioning the most, I call them
not too hard, eh?
Muslims.
Teasing. That is so hard, not too hard.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, these Muslims and them who I believe, I watch them as fake Muslims. I watch them. I my point of view. That is my point of view. Because what's going on over there? What? And Fort Khan. I can't believe your father is for poor and the needy in this country.
Oh, you're getting real loud. Listen, you're passionate, but we're not getting taken here. Well, don't talk too close to the phone. Keep your mouth away from it a little bit.
Your father is a fighter to this country. Your father represents poor and the needy. Your father represents red, white, and black first. And your father represents, and to see that move yesterday, the public disappointed, social media gone mad. Social media asking where the was when they took you up, get raped and get killed. They're asking where the was when the massacre was in Arima. These people were the same fake people who come out, fake African people in this country who come out for George Ford. It was fake, and I said that match, or it was fake also. It's a games. That I have to ask. That match was a political match. I have to ask because that leader, he expired to be a member in the PNM, member in Wasinchuk, member in his own party. Our country is burning. You all need to come and apologize to the system of this country. All these Muslims out there yesterday need to apologize to the system of this country. Or you put country last. Or you put Muslim first. Muslim first. Trinidad last. As I leave, as the founding father said, there is no mother India. There is no mother Africa. But there's mother Trinidad and Tobago. So let us think about countries sometimes now. Let me think about our children future now. Before we think about Muslim and all these other gossip I see all the boy.
All right, oh boy. Oh boy, for those who didn't understand, because I might go the wrong way. what he was talking about, that I spoke about this morning, is the hundreds of people that came out, my Muslim brothers and sisters that came out at the Queen's Park Savannah in support of Palestine. And I absolutely, totally agree with what they have done. Come out, support wherever it go. My only issue is that I said I think we should also learn to dance at home before we dance abroad. No different to the Black Lives Matter group when the police put his knee on the neck of George Floyd or whatever. They came out in their hundreds to support George Floyd in America, and was just hoping that our culture change and a day will come that we must also understand whether it's not bombs dropping on us here, it are home invasions, it have total madness that going on here, that you all need to come out in your numbers to support in your own country and stand up for what is right, whether whoever government there. So it's along that line now, Trinidad and Tobago. Right, but kudos to the Muslim community that went out in their numbers at the Queen's Park Savannah in support of the Palestinians, Palestine. Kudos. Look close sometimes, just, you know, go put on the binoculars, or you put on the binoculars to see Palestine and whoop, hip, hip. Allah will praise us, He will love us, however. So don't let me put on binoculars for Palestine and Black Lives Matter and George and them. Let me put on my glasses to see right here too what's going on, and let's stand up. Morning, caller, where calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Morning, this is my second. But I'll tell you something. Why these Muslims and them don't come out when we call a march? Pressure in this country, unemployment, crime, all kind of things. They wouldn't come out and protest. But them had a bacchanal up with a dying like dog. They want to come here and protest. Come out when we have a protest here. Let me stand up against the government here. This is weak country. Things are nice here. Yeah, just like up there. So, me and citizens, they're marching for this and marching for that. I want all your Muslims to come out here too. Come out and show yourself. Alright.
Next caller. Oh boy. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Councillor Neil De Silva. A pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy, that meeting with your constituents and them that call me. Well, I will call you after the program. Because you will have to organize and give that time in accordingly. And keep up the good work. Last week, me and the Councillor Neil De Silva, we walk Palms Road there, watching the drainage situation down there to see how we can bring some redress and check out the scenes. Okay? So Valencia people, your Councillor Neil De Silva is working very, very hard behind the scenes, putting things in place and still walking the area alongside myself to continue what it is you brought to our attention while we was campaigning for the local government elections. Morning, caller.
Good morning to you and the rest of the crew here. Hey, kudos to the lady who called, and in other words, we better, in Trinidad, they better drink water and mind your business, eh? Because guess what? And I have to just respectfully disagree with you, sir, about your support for one side or the other in Israel. It's a complex situation, but here's the situation, though. If anybody supports what Hamas has done, and even Hezbollah, okay, then you support the torture, abduction, rapes of children and women. And that's not a great...
Thank you very much, caller. Sorry not to be so rude, but again, I like to dance at home before I dance abroad. I don't support Hamas killing innocent people. I don't support the Jews killing innocent people. My issue is really and truly not what it is going on out there. I totally concentrating on what's going on here in Trinidad and Tobago, my brother. And I don't want the program to go away from my issues here when we go to the hospitals, the bad roads, the healthcare system, the crime situation. Look at public utilities that people retire and can't get money. The money yet 3 months retiree age, they can't get the money on them thing. So that cutoff didn't meant to be disrespectful if it come across like that. It just was meant for me to keep focus on what is most important to me at this point in time, or I believe to any logical Trinidad and Tobagonian, is what's going on here, right? Is what's going on here. And then you miscalculate what was being said this morning based on we agreeing with Hamas murdering Jews and no. I support the Palestinians and the people I want to believe support them in the direction of the mass murder aspect, ceasefire, let humanitarian aid go in, let them people and them organize and put that and talk, because the Jews lost people, Palestinians lost people, but the difference is the Jews is more powerful and them moving like they want to just, hey, in a sense this, that, all right, the Palestinians and them, all right, using the eyes not as stupidity and don't feel like don't study it too. Yes, they're living within the communities who are very good. Well, what? That is their advantage. Their advantage is they're living among the people. Compared to Israel wanting to take them out, or Hamas or the terrorists or however they want to put them down, wherever. You can't just blow up a whole building with innocent people to take out one person. But in the other day, Trinidad and Tobagonians itself was well vexed with the murder in Arima. With the 4 people that die, turn down your thing again, a background Lennox Smith. With the 4 people that get murdered, the small children. And many people were saying, your background Lennox Smith, mute your phone. We hear in the computer. Yeah. With the 4 children die, everybody in Trinidad and Tobago was, but if it is one person, they should have just go for the one person. Why did they take out everybody thing? We can have reason with that. But we can't reason with the same situation but in a different way in Palestine. So at no point in time any Trinidad and Tobagonian or anybody on this program in any way support Hamas or Hezbollah or anybody to kill innocent Jewish people or vice versa. We don't want the Jewish people to be killing innocent Palestinian people too. So they need to talk diplomacy, right? So the program, let me move from that. We Palestine is here. We George Floyd, we can't breathe, and the government of Israel is here. We bad roads is here. It's we getting home invasion here. People who take heart surgery can't get the medication at the public hospital. That is here. So we are our own war. But it's not bombs. It's by the pen by this wicked administration you call the PNM. So I dealing and battling and gear up for the war here. Let's go to the lines. Trinidad and Tobago again.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
So the lines are open. What's going on your neck of the woods? What's going on in your community? What's supposed to make headline news? That not. What's your pain? How do you want your pain to be addressed? What you intend to do to address in addressing your issues, your pain, your problems. Oh boy.
I think, Andy, you have put it in perspective. The present government in Trinidad is really a combination of all of the combatants in the Middle East there, whether it be Israel, whether it be Hamas, whether it be Hezbollah. The fact of the matter is that we have a treacherous administration that is prepared, of course, to use the state resources and weaponize it against the people. And that ought rightly to be our focus. They will take care of their issues, the international opinion, and depending on the side of which one can attract will certainly resolve itself. But we here in Trinidad, we have our own combination of Hamas, Israel, and of course, and Hezbollah right here in Trinidad, weaponized, and of course led by Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and his bunch of opportunistic political parasites, and that is where we should be naturally focused. I'm sorry to be jingoistic, but we have to be nationalistic, and we have to be patriotic, and we have to mind our own business. I agree with Miss Arima in that regard.
Thank you very much. So the lines open, Trinidad and Tobago. Let's deal with our Palestine, Hezbollah, situation right here. But again, as any average person in Trinidad and Tobago, whether Muslim, whether Christian, whether Jews, whether Hindu, whether what, an innocent life of a Jews is wrong. An innocent life of a Palestinian is wrong. It is what it is. Morning, caller.
The people who now the money in the treasury, they want to protect it, like piecing it out. And when they piece it out, they will say they're protecting it. And when they protect it, they will piece it out again.
Your phone, Miss Laukata. I don't know if you have it on speaker. Take it off. You need, because you ain't coming across clear.
You hearing me?
Right, but go in the open and talk on speaker, not on speaker. Talk on the normal phone.
Well, I'm talking on the normal phone.
Okay. Well, you gotta talk soft like Kingsley. You see, like how Kingsley, when he raise his voice, so you coming across shattered. That's how you coming across. So you gotta take it down and talk. Try to talk.
I'll call back.
All right. Go ahead, morning caller.
Good morning again.
Go ahead, my brother.
Andy, Mighty K, Alex Metcalf, and to all the listeners. Andy, our Hamas is right in Balize House.
Hamas.
Our Israel is right in that Red House in Parliament. Because I will tell you something, Andy, be a little too pushy in Trinidad and Tobago. Some Trinidad area, I see the Muslim, the Christian, the Hindus, nobody came out. It had no candle, it had nothing lit, no vigil, nothing. Right? We suffering. We being bombed. Since 8 years now, since the PNM came back into power. And as our minister said this morning, he said, boy, and listen, sometimes I'm asking for $2. And everybody telling you they enough. I don't know, one day gave you the place just hard. And we not protesting against this hardship. We're not protesting against the murders, the victimization, the defying of workers, all about closing down, hospital in a mess, all, the healthcare in a mess. We're not protesting against these things. But we go on, and I can't shame. And those handful of Muslims or whoever went there, I can't shame on them this morning. And you know, when you have Rowley, them laughing at us. The PNM is laughing at us, because we don't know our rights in Trinidad and Tobago. You don't know how we can protest. You know our rights of freedom. Sometimes we walk in to deliver a letter, we have police telling us, wait, all you can walk through and all you can walk here. I know it's only BS after BS. The police, nobody can tell you. You
can't pass here unless there's some construction going on. If something is a risk, if you pass something can fall in the tear, then you pass some taste and a little using next side of the road or something. Where in the world you just see law enforcement telling people you can't walk so. And we with the stupid self just we explain to them, yeah, we're going here. That's not the police business. It's time we come out and show we and people like Fitzgerald Hines and them. This one was in the protest. Faris Harari, I know he's a Muslim. You was in the protest, Faris? No, he wasn't in the protest. All the field, it's only China and the government continue to tell all you that a high PNM official told me that Faris Harari could have get away with that. With that 10 million, he get this Vincent Nelson man. It's only China and Tobago. You watching elder citizens who work hard and toil in this country, which should be a great twin island, that they are able to 65 NIS. Someone got dead and in the NIS. Someone got dead and they never get pension. And only sign up for that. Only remember what they do in France and Italy? When they tell them there is the age for the NIS at 65 or retirement, at 65 everybody came out. But we so fast and pushy. Something happening in Palestine, we jump out. We find the bombing up here. We find that the people was kidnapped and slaughtered. We find nothing wrong with that. But they're getting back a taste of their own action. We have a problem. That is not our business. Our business is to try our best day by day. Because it's them not saying it on the ground. And now like you can't protest. So when you want to protest, only there you are. You only find a way to spread out the dollar. Yeah. To get this one and that one money. Yeah. But it have a God, you know. It have a God. Somebody, the police go catch somebody, and I will go want people to protest. I want the nation to know. Only time I will protest is if I going out there on the Red House or something. You see Peter Malavantel? You could kill. You could get sewer water in the pipe. I will not, Anderson Kenman Wilson will not be protesting for nothing on this beatum. Nothing in Lavantel. Nothing in East West Corridor. But something wrong with cruel people. We all call them Indian, all call them Trump kind of thing. All the pressure the race, militia work, all they get 2 back pay, housing, all they went to buy beer, and pass, and all they went to buy beer, you go shove near the back pay in the bank. Huh? What's that same thing? TSTP same thing. Somebody come and lose all their work. Petrochin, all who live around Petrochin. Something wrong with all you too. All it never come out and seem to protest the right thing in Trinidad and Tobago. Look how long only, listen me, look how long only Harry Gabriel. And let's say Rowley, I talk about kick this before Rowley, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, because people listening all in Grenada, my family, them listening all in Brooklyn. They listen to this program. So I'm talking about the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, a political criminal, a political raper man, a political sicko. And you get there, we just call them status. And that was U.S. Fitzgerald Hines. You only have known all them young girls and let me beat them. Huh? Yeah, them all around here, you tight on the short stairs. All in a black car you were driving.
Thank you.
Yeah, you Fitzgerald Hines.
Thank you very much.
Andy, when I'm ready to come out and protest, I want to hear the mantra is we meeting here, we meeting there. It's time, let me give everybody a next chance to never come out now, Andy. All I call a date now, my ticket depending on you for that. All I call a date. Call a date. And let me come out now. Let me come out now, all here. Let me come out this time now for once and for all. Forget the tear gas and forget everything. I think Mr. Rima have a remedy for the tear gas. We go use that vinegar or some kind of thing, so. We go use that. Let me come out with a little mass and thing. And let me come out to demonstrate. Let me come out to protest. Let me link up. Let me link up from the lady and go back. Let me link up from the beat and go back, from the eastern main road go back. Let me link up and show this government enough is enough. Enough is enough for you, Holy Boy. And I can't take no more at this for next 2 years. Enough is enough, Andy.
Morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Andy, I can't hear this radio station, boy. Every one of them, every one. Look, even them tune up, I can't hear him. The lady, nobody.
And where you calling from?
I coming from Kunupia.
All right. Morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Andy, I just want to say Trinidadians is either hypocrites or we are short memory. We have our own Gaza over here. We have Nelson Street, cargo by Duncan Street. We have Beetham, cargo across in Sealers. And when innocent people die in these areas, nobody will come out, nobody will protest, nobody will go in front of Parliament and demand better security for our citizens, diplomacy, nothing like that. But we could go around the savannah like hypocrites and pretend we don't have our own terrorists here, try to kill 9 people, 4 die unfortunately, no protests, no visual as my brother say. So Trinidadians, please give me a break now with the hypocrisy. We have our own war here, the own government terrorizing us, and all ain't saying nothing.
Morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Morning, Andy. Morning. Andy, my take on that Palestinian-Israeli war is like this. You push your hand down in the lion mouth and you...
Wait, Olia. I really don't want to discuss. It's just people. This whole discussion came out because the Muslim people and them came out in support of Palestine in the savannah, and that's not a problem. They could, if they want to do that. My only issue is just the same way or they could go out in the savannah for the outside thing that is really and truly good to support. It have things that going on here, just like what the young boy just explained here, that we need to support here. We have our own terrorists here, whether it be the government, whether it be this one guy going down, one innocent trend dying and whatever. Right? Having a discussion about that, we can't do nothing about that. I want to discuss things where we could do something about. We could do things about the education system here. We could deal with the crime situation here, the bad roads, the lack of opportunities that we all going through, raising gas, raising in water coming, in tea and tech and all them things. Right? Condolences to all the people that die in Palestine and what's going on across there, and American Jews and them people out there and the Iranis and the Russians, them go deal with that. Right? My energy is really not for that. I'm willing to, and only to realize only weakness with this by. But my energy is for what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Must dance home before I dance abroad. It just is what it is with me. Right? So anyway, please, the discussions that we war here and what we going through here is ultimate for me. When I get up in the morning, it's for you to have a voice to be able to bring your issues, what killing you, what problems you have, how could we deal with it, and those type of things. Okay? Oh boy. Morning, caller.
Andy Williams, good morning to you. Good morning to the ground reporter. Good morning, Lennox Smith, and good morning, Mighty K. Good morning to my good friend Kingsley. Andy, we must say Andy for Grandy, and Grandy for Andy. And the people them in Grandy area, we admire the support you give Andy, and he will represent you all in Grandy. Andy Williams, these people them trying to bring this voting and in Trinidad over here. If you look, there are millions of people, over 100 millions of people. We are 1.4 million people in Trinidad. The ratio that them dying over there and the ratio that we dying here, we are the worst war in Trinidad over here. We have the worst set of calamities. We are over 600 people dying in an island of 1.3 million people. People leave that alone. You jump in your car and drive in the road, and you go see how dilapidated the road is. We have issues over here. We have a government spending $8 billion in education, and everybody failing. And 90% of the schools and them in the PNM areas, the sewer system bad.
and the school rotting down. These are the things we have to stand up and fight for, mothers and fathers. What happening in them countries and them all alright? Alright, them know what they're doing there. But look at what's happening in Trinidad over here. Andy Williams TNTech bill going up. Light bill going up, mothers and fathers. The people them in Wassa going and set down 50% of the workers in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. All petrochem workers of them, the refinery workers of all of them who gone home. Today they're dying. Today they're dying. They pay the medical dues to get free medication from petrochem. All them things closed down. And they have to spend money now. Money that they don't have. We see down Point Fortin, the retirees and them on the knees begging. They praying and begging Dr. Rowley to get the money for them. And they can't get it. Andy Williams, the Social Development Ministry, say they find $700 and something million in cards in a drawer after 8 years. Use those cards to help the people. Now, what are you keeping it back there for? What are you keeping back those things there for? Andy Williams. Andy Williams said their children going to school and they have to buy. The mothers have to buy a water and 2-3 water to put in the lunch kit. Trinidad and Tobago. When the government's supposed to be supplying clean water for the future of this country. They have to buy water, clean water to put in the children's lunch kit. And that's what we accepting. We accepting them things as human being. Human being then designed to think so foolish. To have people choking out we eye, victimizing we. And we applauding them for that. You sinful mothers and fathers out there, especially on the PNM side. This is the things you encouraging. You encouraging the distinction of our future in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The only people think so, Lennox Smith, is the people in your community and in the PNM areas. Why? Andy Williams, when the PNM was camping for the local election, they didn't tell us that we're going to restructure Wassa and we're going to fire all these people on them. They didn't tell us that. In this government and in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, we have ministers who today building empires of taxpayers' money. Why is you, the mother and father, can't even buy breakfast, lunch, and dinner for your children? And we supporting that. It have people build bank. It have people renting the government over 40 billions. And them as government ministers. And we had to accept that. Why we had to accept that? Andy Williams, it is so sad and it is so deceitful. It is so ungrateful and conniving what this government is doing. They're beating the middle class. Why Faris Alwari and them don't have to pay no property tax? Why commercial buildings, people who have big warehouse and making millions of dollars every year, why them don't have to pay that? Why only the poor man who pay tax when he buy any nail, he pay tax when he buy any screw, wood, everything to build his house, the block, the sand, everything he pay tax. And then when he done pay it, that is the man that come and pay property tax. And the people who making millions of dollars, them don't have to pay none. Why? Because they in the PNM government. You mothers and fathers out there that encouraging this vindictive way of thinking, your children and your children's future going to pay a dread penalty for thinking so callous. And you know what's sad about it? they bring in mines in that too, because mine go have to go through that problem. Andy Williams, will have a good day.
Thank you very much.
I'm very passionate and real.
Very passionate, very, very, very real. Oh boy, let me go quick and just take some voice notes there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, and I understand that, my brother. As somebody writes something, I ain't gonna call the person's name. I have no problem with a protest in solidarity with the people of Palestine. What upsetting me is most of you refuse to protest anything that affects citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You refuse to protest the gas prices. You refuse to protest the budget and the government. You refuse to protest chronic crime, murders. When will you protest issues that affect us in TNT? Oh boy.
Yeah, I think that has encapsulated the reality of Trinidad and the Tobago and the myopia, if not the illusion and the self-deception that too many in the society, not all, but too many, and even if it's a minority, that is still too many, because what you need is a unanimity of and consensus building, so that we can effectively get rid of the problem that is Trinidad and Tobago today. The existential threat to the society called Trinidad and Tobago is a PNM government under the unrelenting Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, who is extremely brutal. He is irascible and, of course, unpredictable, and always acting against the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago in every respect.
In every respect. Oh boy, Rishi, a pleasant good morning to you. All the people of Sandy Grande, a pleasant good morning to all the people in Valencia. From Batura straight to Matlock, a pleasant good morning to Laka, to Paul, all of you. Miss Ruth, all of you, good morning. Oh boy. To all Sandy Grande councillors that are local, a pleasant good morning to you all. Sir Joseph Tony, a pleasant good morning. Hey, let me get my imam. Like my imam want to say something. Imam Kazim. So I don't know if it is that he was listening to the program and he sent a voice note that I ain't get to hear it yet. But let's see what that voice note with the Imam Kazim is about. Let's hear.
Andy, a special good morning to you and Lennox and Mikey and to all the people of Trinidad and Tobago, who is tuned in this morning to the #1 frequency, to what is taking place in this country. Andy, I want to confess really and truly that, you're a man of your word. Even though I take umbrage, to what some of your callers are making statements against the Muslims and why they should have been there yesterday or not. And I just want to say this. You are one of those who really and truly has been able to demonstrate that sense of goodwill, harmony, and peace and love for every human being. And whilst I have no area of concern of why these people are doing this, they must learn to understand that Muslims are the minority in this country. And therefore, if we stand up in solidarity for the sake of humanity, not only Muslim people, and all around the world, non-Muslims today are in support, of the Palestine. You look at South Africa. South Africa, right today, is now making statement to the effect that they are standing up for humanity and justice and truthfulness. That they are so much saying that they will have to decide to remove the embassy, the Israeli embassy from them and run them out. This is about humanity. This is about people's lives. And whilst I agree, yes, that everybody have a right to come out and stand up and champion the cause for truthfulness. The fact of the matter is, we need to find that common ground and remove that way of thinking from us. We are all in one. And therefore I am saying, even within the constraint and the fraternity of Muslims, some of them are enemies unto their own selves. Muslims are the enemies to their very own selves. So therefore, I want our ardent supporters to understand. Take a page from what has happened yesterday. That how the Muslim people have been able to demonstrate and stand up for what is right and for what is wrong. And I will also want to take the opportunity to my Muslim brothers and sisters and all those who have participated there. So too, you must always see what needs to be done in your own country. Because it is not only what is taking place in this country affects the non-Muslims, it affects you too also. And it says, when your neighbor's house in fire, you out yours, you put water on yours. So Andy, kudos to you. You're a man of humanity, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you very much, Imam Kazim. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let me just go through some quick voice notes because I have to play some bills. Let me see how quick we could run through some voice notes. Very quick, I'll make it short and sweet. Clyde, a pleasant good morning to you. Maxi Clyde, man. Now senior day. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Joseph Tony. Good morning to you, my brother. Oh boy. Miss Pearl, good morning, good morning.
Morning. Morning to the ground report and the whole crew. Love in the house, right? I just want to let you know, right, Trinidad and Tobago, we living in a third world country, so they say, right? We living in a third world country. But we living in a first world modern day slavery system, right? They raise NIS to 65, they want to raise it to 65, raising everything. So before you reach 65, people are reaching to live to reach that age. You're dying, so you just keep working and paying the government and getting nothing for it. So we first class slavery going on here in this place, and them politicians and them doing that. These politicians and them doing that, they're fixing themselves good, making sure everything good with them, but making sure the citizens suffering because of them politicians and them. That's St. Lucian, wherever he name him, boat or wherever. Like the man we had a yoke on we back. Why we allowing this for? Why it is Trinidad and Tobago we allowing these people to do with this? They have been modern day slavery. A little think about it. Raising everything, making it hard for you, and you can't get nothing. So much of money going behind health and police and secure everything, but what? Nothing for it. You go to the hospital, you have to go in a private place. Why we allowing these politicians and them to do with this for? Why? Trinidad and Tobago, open all your eyes and stand up, you know. Because this is modern day slavery where they're putting on we here. Morning.
Good morning, Ground Report. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Ground Reporters. What a wonderful day. Andy, I have to agree with a lot of our callers this morning. The fact that we're in a mess in sweet Trinidad. I don't know about Tobago, but I could tell you about Trinidad. We're in a mess. And nobody's coming out to protest. I have attended several demonstrations that you all would have called. And all I saw was about 200 people. Okay? But my heart goes out for those who have been killed, especially the babies that are killed on the Gaza. But here we're going on, brother. Nobody had going out for the babies that are killed here in Trinidad. Little children. Every day, robbery, murder, kidnapping, and there is no protests. We had some young women who went outside of the U.S. Embassy for the George Floyd situation. They never knew George Floyd. They even know George Floyd criminal history. The man rap sheet is as long as the road from Granby to Port of Spain. But they went out to protest for Black Lives Matter. Despite the texture of our hair, all are we black, eh? All are we black. And here happening. most of your callers this morning are on point. Whilst our heart goes out to the world for all the atrocities that is taking place in the Middle East, our hearts must be here to bring TNT back to some sort of result. Some sort of result. Trinidad, Tobago, ground reporters, lovers of Trinidad and Tobago, I pray God you have a wonderful day.
Morning, Andy Williams, Lennox Smith. Greetings. I would just call in to say I support Israel and I support Miss Arima. Excellent contribution she does make, and let her know that there are people out here listening to her and agreeing with her and always, supporting her in her contribution. Bye. Take care.
Andy, good morning. And you know why the country, the roads are bad, the hospitals lack medication, the schools are in that condition, bad. Everything in this country gone. Over the last 8 years, over $500 billion. Yeah, I'm telling you now, $500 billion was allotted in the budget. And I will tell you what's going on in this country today. They're taking the money and paying a labor force. All kind of ex-mayors, all kind of ex-CEOs, they're taking back, they're paying them people in our government ministry and employing them back. What's really going on in this country, Andy? They're taking the money and these PNM people, the ministers, I know, let me tell you something. They have big men in different positions in this government, employing, getting work for they had a wife and a children, and getting the outside woman employed, taking the taxpayers' money and building house for them, giving the outside woman 3 and 4 children and giving them work. And also when them children get big, they're getting work for them too. That is what's going on in this country. All of them like woman, taking the taxpayers' dollars and employing the woman, the children, the outside children, the family, everybody getting work. I know 5 red girls from Grandy working in Wassa. 5 red girls, 5 sisters. And when they're going to the taxing, they want to raise the water rate, want to raise TNT just to keep the friends and the family and the outside woman and to build house and everything for them. Or they really know what's going on in this country now.
Mr. Arima, pleasant morning. I does agree with you plenty times. But I think I agree with you with the Muslims and them. You know why? I will tell you. Because many of us have family living in those countries. And many of us family have children also there. And we see them taking children off of the streets, killing them, sacrificing them. And we mustn't put ourselves in that. We are our brothers' keepers. We don't have to be neighbors living close to one another. And if we believe in the word of God, we will believe what God says. We are our brothers' keepers. I know it have a woman living in Trinidad here, and I think she talk on social media there sometime. I think it's from Chinapur, somewhere there she's from. And she's speaking about what's going on over there and she want to come back. I have my daughter's mother-in-law living presently over there. And she want to come back now because right now she say it's 2 and 3 war choppers are flying over New York, just keeping watch. Remember, this believed to be the World War III. And it could reach down to any country. Because you as a woman will be talking about the Spanish, Gudora, whatever the hell he name, and you just be getting into the business. So if the Muslims and them have family living over there too, and the children have been dying out just as well, they have a right of getting into it. Because, as the Lord said again, when your house on fire, when other people's house on fire, wet yours. And this is why.
Yeah, good morning. Right, we need to understand, watchman, this is a serious thing when coming to the Trinidadians and them. The reason why there's so much crime in this country is because of unemployment. Right? That's number one. Number two is the people that really voting for the majority of people that really voting for this PNM stupid regime is mostly the older heads. You understand what I'm saying? And nothing has been done for them. You see what's going on now? The pension raise now, the pension age raise now. So I want to see if they're going to vote the PNM again. You don't know, Tanti Kamla, when you come in there, make sure and do the best for your country because you was there already and you do very good for the country. Thank you very much. Well, have a blessed.
Morning to the Gong Report. Something is very wrong with the people in Trinidad. Just imagine they were to walk till we're 65 and ain't get nothing. We got dead before we go get something. And the people down there still saying PNM. Something is very wrong with them down there.
Y si no tiene nada bueno que hacer, Ana, lavar una ropa o algo ahí que tiene sucia por ahí, tú, señorita Rima.
May I understand Spanish?
Good morning, Gong Report family. Marvin Dexter Frederick. Have a blessed day. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Mighty K. Cuff. Respect them, Brother Amar. I just don't understand why this just come out and let's stop corruption. Start from by the head. Start with the PNM government and the Speaker of the House. Stop corruption. Marvin out. Locked on and listening. Good night.
Good morning, Andy. And all those locked on the chat, also the program. I would like to see Lennox Smith, Gary Griffith, Anil Roberts, and Rodney Charles to the Crime Talk meeting with the Prime Minister. I'm not the Prime Minister, but his people he sending.
Andy, pleasant morning. Trinidad and Tobago, good morning. Central here. Andy, you see this thing where people going in the bank and doing the transaction, especially where money is concerned, and they leave from there and they're heading out to go and handle the business, and all of a sudden people just running up to them, taking the money, robbing them, doing them, whatever. That have to stop, and it needs to stop now, right? The banks and them need to implement a rules. Now it have other places doing it, right? The bank and them needs to get serious, them bank managers and them, keep some kind of big meeting or some kind of thing and inform all the staff, all is not allowed to be working with no phone until all they finish all their work, all their duty, all they collect all their phone and leave the premises, right? If all they have an emergency, or somebody trying to get onto all the while all they're working, let them call the work phone and say, well, Harry, your family member trying to get onto you, so you could receive the phone call on the work phone. Right? You see this thing where they like to use phone? They need to stop it. The banks and them need to get serious with it. Look, you see that video properly, how the woman get kicked up? In that video, Andy? You see how the woman get kicked up? Eh? This thing need to stop. It's right true. She's not the first, she's not the last that this happened to. You understand? This is real madness going on in this country, I tell you, if people really come together and stand together and do something as citizens in this country, it's dog eat dog because a precipice we're going down, and they're not realizing that. The awakening, people say they're sleeping. They ain't no sleeping, they're waking, but they're just plain blind. And they're wicked in the heart because they don't have no heart in the body to know that what PNM doing them. PNM needs to go, PNM have to go, and PNM will go. Just call the date and the election, Rowley, and you go see for yourself. And it's that, Andy. Yeah.
Good morning again, Wrong Report. You know, this Prime Minister that we have, Mr. Lionel Keith Christopher Rowley, on the opening of the highway to Point 14, you know, he raised back up this topic about OS went bankrupt when it was not so. And Mama Guy, the people now want to tell them, you know, well, the OS in the court, and if some good liar come, you know, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren got to pay back OS $1 billion when he know definitely that they owe OS $1 million already. This man, as an old 70-something years man, ready to go to a grave, continue to lie to this public, and the people them believe in this nonsense this man saying. I don't understand this at all. Have a good day.
Good morning, Andy, Mikey, Lennox, Cuff, and to everybody out there. Andy, I only caught the tail end of your editorial this morning, and I totally agree with you. You dance home before you dance abroad. Now, let me make my position quite clear. I'm very sorry for what it is going on, because I always say it's the poor and the children are the most vulnerable when grown men go to war, right? Yes, I am sorry for what it is taking place, but I also have a country to support. Our streets are washing with blood. 4 children die in one fell swoop, and another one got killed. Where was the outcry? Where was the march around the savannah? Where was the Black Lives Movement? Where were all these people? Right? You have a war going on across, I would say, 7 seas. And we here take to the streets. A man got killed in America, we took to the streets. Our children are being slaughtered. Our people are being slaughtered. You have home invasions where people end up dying. And not a word in English. Not a sympathy, absolutely nothing. When the ground report call a protest, they don't want to come out because they see it as going against their beloved PNM and supporting Kamala. This has nothing to do with supporting the opposition. This has everything to do with supporting the people of our country. But you could support another man's country? I don't agree with it at all. Yes, I'm praying. I'm praying for it to stop, have a peaceful resolution for what's going on in Palestine and all those places. Yeah. But I am not going to put my country second. I'm going to put my country first. And to all those out there, if all you feel that is justified, go right ahead. But I'll tell you all something. Charity begins at home and ends abroad. Start seeing about your country first and your countrymen. And then and only then can you help somebody else. Andy, thanks a lot and have a good morning. Good morning again, Andy, and everybody out there. Lennox, I like what you said this morning, that you reminded the people what Rowley said about Kamala giving them milk and honey. And it took me back to the quotation from Keith Rowley before the 2015 government election. The incumbent is coming to tell you that we have done well. Give us another chance. And I, as opposition leader, saying to you, they have not done well. Give us a chance to do better. Today, 8 years later, where is the better that Keith Rowley promised us? Where is it? Is it in the potholes? Is it in the crime situation? Is it in the failed education, health, and trade industry? Because nothing in this country seems to be working. They promised to do better, and they have done worse. But you know why that happens? Those are the lies that he told to get into office. He blighted his own self with the lies. And that of visually impaired Patterson, who stood on a platform in 2015, just before the election, the Sunday before, and lied on the People Partnership government. He should remember what God said about bearing false witness. And maybe he should start turning his life around. But we don't want him there again. He has to go. Because he has messed up this country really bad.
Good morning, my brothers. Good morning, my brothers. Wonderful show. Right, here what happening be. You see all them guns and ammunition them get? How it is so coincidentally that after the prison deputy, whoever it is, was shot at in Barata, wherever the case will be, just so they come and bring out a set of guns. You wasn't hearing Erla, you wasn't hearing none of them. She hiding since, I know, like Jack in the box. Right? You ain't see she just pop out just so with a set of guns and ammunition now. 2 months and a half they're searching for them thing. And they say they find it. So how it is when this big one from beyond the tape, you understand? Johnny Bravo, when you see he going and catching criminals and going here and going there and catching criminals, you always see with camera and footage and all kind of. Why did they have no footage or camera footage showing in the bush which part they find them thing with them guns and ammunition? Why did they do that? No, that is a set of old gun they had there where they collect for over the year. They put it up there and they put some of their own magazines and ammunition to make it look good. You understand? Them is a bunch of tricksters, horse. I telling you, bunch of tricksters. You understand? Don't study them, make it feel like they're doing something, and then this next stupid one now gone in parliament now. The king wastes our time when in parliament and talking about that. Coincidentally, just so because they realize they ain't doing nothing and criminals out here running free, doing what they want. Don't get tired of them. That's that bogus thing they showing all the day. You understand? Why didn't have no camera footage? Where they doing them kind of thing, show with the camera footage, we only went in the bush and only find it. You understand? Them they kind of show people, we only went in the bush and find it. You understand? All the time only camera footage for everything else, but except that.
Nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then somebody told me that if it's so, Santa Cruz is a place real close netted, people have camera systems and those things, their phones, their gadgets. Anybody will see 2-3 loads of maxi with police going somewhere in a bush would have take out their cameras and get to see. How come nobody in Santa Cruz don't know nothing about that raid? Nobody in Santa Cruz didn't pull out a phone. Nobody in Santa Cruz didn't see Brownie Bravo, all of them in the bush up, sir. Come on, man, that is so ridiculous, so ridiculous. But anyhow, are the bills to pay, so I'm going to rack up from now and put them bills to pay. Coming up next, Rhea, and That's Not Love on this Monday morning, okay? Don't forget tonight, Corridor Transformation with yours truly, Lennox Smith, at 8 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube. But you'll get Mikey K from tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday on Dial the Channel. Rhea, I'm going to play the ads. I'm going to play the disclaimer, and you could go right ahead with it right after the disclaimer. So Trinidad and Tobago, we must learn to dance at home before we dance abroad. Yes, be in solidarity with any crimes against humanity will be, but we also have to take note of the crimes that are being perpetrated against us right here within our face. Until tomorrow morning, please God, on behalf of the Ground Report team, yours truly, Andy Williams, the pitbull of radio, and it's now being called Andy for Grandy, Andy for Valencia, Andy from Matura straight to Matlock. They say because Grandy for Andy, Valencia for Andy, and Matura for Matlock for Andy. I'm going to do a very good job in serving you, the people of those areas in which I tend to contest, and building my resume with you. out of here. Right, go ahead. Let's play the disclaimer. Well, no, after. Just when it reaches time, they will play the disclaimer. But go ahead, you run your thing. Go ahead.
Shiny and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fry bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and dumpling. From 6 p.m. have dinner on the pavement a la carte with burgers, fried nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very